Imagine waking up one morning, opening your window, and seeing a mosquito the size of a hawk buzzing by your house. You think it's a nightmare, but it's real. All around the world, insects have suddenly grown to massive size, some as large as cars, others towering over buildings. What's going on? More importantly, how would this change your life forever? To understand this bizarre event, you need to look at biology. Insects have always been limited in size due to their respiratory system. They don't breathe with lungs like mammals do. Instead, they rely on small openings in their exoskeletons called spiracles, which allow oxygen to diffuse directly into their bodies. This system only works efficiently in small creatures. When insects get too large, they can't transport enough oxygen throughout their bodies. That's why most insects are tiny. But what if Earth's atmosphere suddenly changed, doubling the oxygen level, like it was during the Carboniferous period over 300 million years ago? Back then, dragonflies the size of seagulls soared through the skies. Gigantic millipedes and other arthropods ruled the forest floors. The conditions were perfect for insect gigantism. Now imagine those conditions returning, but in today's modern world, suddenly, ants are the size of dogs. Cockroaches stretch over a meter long, hornets grow bigger than birds. Mosquitoes. Let's just say, you'll never want to forget bug spray again. In this new reality, insects would no longer be background creatures. They would dominate our environment. Let's talk about ants first. Ants are strong, organized, and relentless. Now imagine an ant the size of a sedan, could carry hundreds of kilograms, chew through concrete, and defend its colony with deadly coordination. A swarm of giant ants could dismantle a building within hours. Then there's the praying mantis, already a terrifying predator at a small scale. Now imagine it standing taller than a human, with razor-sharp forearms designed for crushing prey. If you're outside and one sees you, there's nowhere to hide. Cockroaches? They were already considered nearly indestructible, surviving radiation in extreme environments. Now, at over 6 feet long, they could become unstoppable scavengers, roaming cities at night and consuming anything organic in their path. Life would have to adapt fast. Humanity would go into full survival mode. Governments would declare emergencies. Martial law might be enforced in some regions. Entire cities would be evacuated. Military and engineering teams would build enormous protective domes around population centers. Homes would need to be completely sealed. Ultrasonic bug repellers and electrified fences would become standard. And what about food? Farms would be overrun by massive locusts, devouring crops faster than we can plant them. A global food shortage would be imminent. But there's a twist. These giant insects could also be used for good. Some scientists and engineers might attempt to domesticate certain species. Imagine riding a giant beetle across open land or using giant wasps for rapid medical delivery in remote regions. Insect protein could solve world hunger. One giant cricket could feed a village for days. Insects reproduce quickly, so farming them could be efficient if we could survive the dangers. Technology would have to evolve fast. We'd invent insect monitoring satellites, motion sensor turrets for defense, and bioshields to repel specific species. Entire industries would appear: bug insurance, anti-insect architecture, and insect control drones. Children would grow up in a world where running from insects isn't a joke, it's a life skill. Schools would include insect survival training. Martial arts would be adapted to defend against bug attacks. A new global sport might emerge: bug racing, or beetle battles, for entertainment and controlled study. But beyond the daily struggle, there's a deeper danger. The ecological balance would be shattered. Predators wouldn't be able to keep up with insect reproduction. Entire food chains would collapse. Birds, reptiles, and small mammals would either starve or be hunted by giant insects. And as humans retreat into safe zones, insects would spread across abandoned cities, turning them into hives and nests. What if some species started evolving? Some ants might develop higher intelligence. Bees could form ultra colonies with millions of massive drones. And spiders, if they grew large enough, might learn to coordinate ambushes using webs that could stop a car. Eventually, we may not be the dominant species anymore. Humanity would face a choice: fight for survival, attempt to control the insects, or leave Earth behind. Terraforming Mars might become more urgent than ever. Space colonies could be the only escape from a bug-infested Earth. Or perhaps we find a way to genetically engineer the insects back to smaller sizes or even create a virus that reduces their growth rates. Still, the psychological toll would be heavy. People would suffer from constant fear, trauma, and anxiety. Daily life would be filled with sirens, lockdowns, and emergency evacuations. Even indoors, people would wear protective gear and carry electric repellents at all times. Movies, music, and culture would reflect this new world. Pop culture would explode with giant insect stories. Heroes would be defined not by strength, but by survival. And then, we'd all ask the same question. How did this happen? Was it a natural mutation? A side effect of pollution? Or maybe something caused by human interference with nature? Regardless of the cause, one thing's certain. If insects suddenly became giants, our planet would never be the same, and neither would our place in it.